Okay, so today in lesson 3 we're going to be learning about how to round numbers to the nearest tenths, hundredths and the thousandths. So starting with the tenths, it's really simple. You draw ourselves a number scale. So if we was asked to round 47 to the nearest tenth, we would draw only the tenth, so we'd draw the number lowest, so that'd be 40 here, and then highest is 50, so we draw a number scale with the numbers in between. For this sake, I've made our number red just so it stands out, and if the number was to be 45, we would round it up to 50. If it was 44, it would go down to 40. Since it's 47 is above 45, therefore it goes to 50, so the answer is 50. Rounding to the nearest hundredth is fairly simple as well. If we was to round 883 to the nearest hundredth, we'd do exactly the same thing as round it to the nearest tenth. We'd draw a number line from the lowest, so 800 to 900. We'd draw it in tenths this time, so 810, 20, 30, 40, etc. Now the same idea applies. If it's above 850, it would go up to 900, and if it was 840, down to 800. So I drew our number scale here, and I put our number in between 880 and 890, and as we can clearly see, it is above 850, therefore the answer is 900. Now, for rounding to a thousandth, we apply the same idea. Simpler way is just to look at the 3 digits here. So 9,247 to the nearest thousandth, we do a much simpler way and just think, okay, so 247 is below 500, therefore we must round it down to 9,000, since our answer is 9,247. So if it was to be 9,250, forget that. If it was to be 9,510, we'd round it up because it's a 10 above 500. And that's how you round to the nearest thousandth. Now, if we was asked a question such as, let's rub this out, if we was to round 881 to the nearest 10, we would do our number scale, which I'm not going to do. You can do that if you want to, but we're going to do a much simpler way. And we do hundredth, 10, 1. So we put our 8 in here, our 8 in here, and our 1 in here. And we can look at the 10th column, so the hundredth does not matter right now. We'd only look at the 10th part of it. So 81, we can see that the 1 is below 5, so we round it down to 80. So the answer when rounding to the nearest 10 here would be 880. So the answer to this question is 880 because we're rounding down the 10th only, not the 100th column. So you've got 100th there, 10 there, 1 there, so we only look at the 10th column, and that's why we round that down. And if it was 885 to the nearest 10 again, it would be 890, because if we see here, this is the 5, and if it's 5 we round up. Now if we was to do same thing, 881 to nearest 1000, we do it much simpler. We do 500 as a scale, and since 881 is above 500, we round it up to the nearest 1000th, so the answer would be 1000, because this would round up. We only look at this part of it, and that would round straight up because it is above 5. And this is rounded to the nearest tenth, hundredth, thousandth, and I've gone into a bit more depth in that, so I hope that helps.